Good morning, children. Welcome back to session 3 of P reading from past unit. That is, every success story is also a story of great failures. Children, yesterday I told you to write glossary and summary of this lesson. I hope you have written that. Anyway, just I would like to give the brief like a description of the lesson once again. So this lesson is a compilation by the author called Shiv Khera, who is a famous writer and motivational speaker. This lesson is all about different stories of great persons who had achieved their goals and who got success in their lives. First one is Abraham Lincoln. He had failed so many times in business, and of course he took a part in legislative race, but in that also he failed for so many times. Finally, he became the president of United States of America at the age of 52 years. He lost his sweetheart. Because of that, he was totally broke down. Even he lost his mother at the age of 10 years itself. He was a son of cobbler. Finally, he became the president of US. So that was his journey. Instead of so many failures, he had reached his destination. That's why he used to call failure as a detour. It's not a dead end. Next person is Lady Forrest, who is the inventor of triodes tube. Triodes tube can be used as an amplifier to increase the sound or to pass the sound to a long distances. He was publicly humiliated and charged by an attorney by saying that he was using fraudulent techniques to cheat the people. He is making the people to buy his products. Finally, all of us, the total world is using his invention now. We can't imagine the world without his invention. Later on, Wright brothers, whose wisdom was questioned by the New York Times editorial. They said that it's not at all possible to invent a machine which is heavier than air and that could fly in the air. But Wright brothers proved that assumption was wrong, and they proved that it is possible to invent a machine which can fly in the air. That is aeroplane. So they took their famous flight at Kitty Hawk. Later one is Colonel Sanders, who is the founder of the famous KFC chain restaurants, which became world famous. At the age of 65 years old, he was having just one beat up car. Beat up means old and damaged car, and $100 check from Social Security. That's it. At that age, he remembered his mother's recipe and he went on selling that recipe. But he had to knock really nearly 1,000 doors before he got his first order. That means he didn't give up. After 10 tries or 100 tries, he tried until he get his first order. That's how he got success. And he did. And we can say that everybody knows him. The total world, nobody will be there who doesn't know about KFC. Next person is one of the greatest inventor, that is Thomas Alva Edison. Actually, he is partially deaf. When he was 4 years itself, one day his teacher sent one note to his mother by saying that your Tommy is too stupid to learn anything. Just get out of him from the school. Just get him out of the school. But his mother replied that my Tommy is not stupid to learn. I'll make him to learn. I can teach him myself. That means Edison was having only just 4 months of formal education. Officially, he went to school for only 4 months. At home itself, he had researched about so many things and he invented so many things that are very, very useful in our lives. The main invention is electric bulb. Even we can't imagine our life without electric bulb. Henry Ford, who is the founder of Ford Motors, even he forgot to put reverse gear in his first car. Later again, Edison, he lost his factory at the age of 67. He was having little insurance, but at that time he didn't disappointed how he had taken that disaster. He thought that all of my mistakes are burnt up and I can start anew. After that incident took place, after that disaster took place, within few days he invented phonograph, that means a record player. And the next one is even Henry Ford. At the age of 40, he was having nothing. He became zero at the age of 40. But later he became a famous industrialist. Like there so many persons are there. So if you read history, if you read the biographies, we can understand that every success story is also a story of great failures. They got success in the presence of failures, not in the absence. They have taken them as an example, and from that mistakes only they have learned so many things. One more person is who is the creator of Mickey Mouse. Yes. How did he get that idea? He got that idea while he was working in a small mouse infested house shed which is full of mice. So like that Walt Disney. So Walt Disney created Mickey Mouse by inspiring from a small mouse. So setbacks are inevitable in our life. Setbacks means failures. They are inevitable. That means unavoidable. Problems are common in everyone's life. What we have to remember, children, always there will be one thing, like successful people, they don't do great things. They only do small things in a great manner. So that's what we have to remember. Never give up. Try again and again. One day, one young man asked Socrates to tell the secret to success. Then Socrates told him to come near a river next morning. The young man went. Then Socrates told to walk towards the river. When they went into the river and the water level was up to their neck, all of a sudden Socrates ducked him into the water. The young man was struggling to come up, but Socrates was very strong and he held him like that only until he turns blue. Then Socrates left him. The young man was taking gas. Then Socrates asked, when you were under the water, what did you want? What was the thing you wanted to have? He said, air. Then Socrates said, if you need success as badly as you wanted air, then definitely you can get success. That's the only secret to success. It means what, children? Always, only success, your goal should be in your mind. At any cost, you have to get success. That is the only thing you should have in your mind. Focus, concentration, commitment. All these requires in order to get achievements. So that was all about every success story is also a story of great failures. I hope you understand, children. And now open your textbooks and open the page number 19. Look at the table once. There is a table. There are 3 columns. Person name, failures or rejections he faced, and final success. So in this lesson we have seen different stories of different persons, right? So the name has been given here. You have to write about their failures or rejections they faced in their life and what was their success. One is already done for you. For example, Abraham Lincoln. So what was his failures or rejections? He failed in business, defeated in legislative elections, had nervous breakdown, lost congressional race and senatorial race. And what was his success? Elected as President of United States of America. Like that, the remaining columns you have to fill. Write them in textbook itself. For example, what is the second one? If you look at just only success has been given here. What is that? Invented the triodes tube. So what was the person name who invented the triodes tube? Here you have to write in the second row, first column, second row, what was his name? Who invented the triodes tube? Lady Forrest. And what was the rejection he had faced? He was publicly humiliated. And also, one lawyer charged a case against him. Understood, children? Next. Third one is what? Wright brothers. What was their failure? Their wisdom was questioned by New York Times of editorial, and all the people laughed at them. And what was their success? They were succeeded in inventing the airplane. Understood, children? They took their famous flight. Fourth one. What was the failure here given? Knocked many doors before he got the first order. Who is this person? Of course, Colonel Sanders. And what was his success? He became the founder of KFC chain restaurants. Next, Walt Disney. Who is he? What was the rejection he faced? He was rejected for so many times by the editors of the newspapers. And even they said that he had no talent at all. But finally, he became the creator of the famous cartoon called Mickey Mouse. Like that, other three also fill in the textbook itself, children. Is it clear? Next on the page, look at study skills. I am going to read this story. Observe and listen the story carefully. You also read along with me. An elderly carpenter was ready to retire. He told his employer contractor of his plans to leave the house building business, to live a more leisurely life with his wife and enjoy his extended family. He would miss the paycheck each week, but he wanted to retire. They could get by. The contractor was sorry to see his good worker go and asked if he could build just one more house as a personal favor. The carpenter agreed. But over time, it was easy to see that his heart was not in his work. He resorted to shoddy workmanship and used inferior materials. It was an unfortunate way to end a dedicated career. When the carpenter finished his work, his employer came to inspect the house. Then he handed the first door key to the carpenter and said, "This is your house, my gift to you." The carpenter was shocked. What a shame! If he had only known that he was building his own house, he would have done it so differently. So it is with us. We build our lives a day at a time, often putting less than our best into the building. Then with a shock, we realize we have to live in the house we have built. If we could do it over, we would do it much differently. But you can't go back. You're the carpenter. And every day you hammer a nail, place a board, or erect a wall. Someone once said, life is do-it-yourself project. Your attitude and the choices you make today help build the house you will live in tomorrow. Therefore, build wisely. Really, children, what a beautiful story it is. Really, it's a good message to you all also. It will be helpful in your personal life also. Always, whenever, which work you are going to do, put your 100% in that. You have to do it by giving your best. Understood, children? So that's what happened in this carpenter story also. Actually, one carpenter was there and he wanted to retire. So he intimated the same thing to his contractor. The carpenter wanted to spend his rest of life with his family. Of course, he would miss the check. Of course, he don't get any money. But still, he wanted to spend the rest of life with his family. The contractor felt bad because this carpenter was a good workman. He used to build houses very beautifully. But anyway, the contractor asked him to do him a last favor. He asked him to build one more house. The carpenter was not at all interested. But anyway, he accepted that. He started building the house. But totally, as he was not interested in that, he had used all inferior materials, that means which are not good. And anyhow, somehow, he had finished the construction. The house was not that much good. It was not at all looking beautiful. And one day, he informed his contractor that the house is completed. The carpenter inspected the house. The contractor inspected the house and he handed him the key of the house. So what the contractor said? The contractor said that this is yours. Just take it as a gift from me. But by seeing that, by listening that, the carpenter, he was shocked and he felt very bad. If he would have known before itself, obviously he would have used the good material, interior and everything. He would have made that house very beautiful. He didn't know that. He thought that it is someone's house. And of course, as it is his last work, he didn't pay that much attention. But what is the result? What happened? The contractor gave that house to him as a gift. So that's what. That means what? Everything is in your hand. Whatever you do today, you are going to get the result tomorrow of the same. That means if you do good, you will get the good result. If you do bad, again, of course, you will get the bad result. Last paragraph, children. It's really very, very beautiful paragraph. See, look at that paragraph once. You are the carpenter, and every day you hammer a nail, place a board, or erect a wall. Someone once said, life is do-it-yourself project. Life is what, children? Do-it-yourself project. It's your life. Whatever you are doing, that only will reflect. Understood, children? Next, your attitude and the choices you make today help build the house you will live in tomorrow. So your attitude, the choices you choose that help to build the house you will live in tomorrow. Therefore, build wisely. So build your life wisely. This is the time, children. If you read, if you work hard, if you are going to learn good things, obviously it will be helpful for you in your near future. That is going to decide the house where you are going to live in your future. So build your house wisely. Understood, children? So let us see this table once. Complete the table given below. There is a table. Look at that. First column is point to be observed. Second one, evidences from the story. What is the first one, children? The setting or location in which the story took place. So what might be the location of this place? So we can say a house where generally the carpenter got his retirement, right? A house where the carpenter got his retirement. Second one, the main characters. So from this story, who are the main characters? We are having just two. Who are they? The carpenter and the contractor. Next, third one, the main events. What are the main events of this story, children? First one, the carpenter wanted to retire. He intimated the same thing to contractor. Second one is what? The contractor told him to build a last house for him. The carpenter accepted, but he didn't give his best. Fourth one is what? To his utter astonishment, the contractor said to take that building as a gift. And next, so those points you can write. And fourth one, see, the turning point in the story. What is the turning point, children? Yes, the contractor said that this house is yours. That is the turning point of the story. Next, the irony in the story. Irony means the sad thing, the tragedy. What is that? The carpenter don't know that was going to be his building. That's why he had used all inferior material. Understood, children? Next, what is the message in the story? Always give your 100% best. Next, suggest a possible title. This one you can do it, children. So according to you, what do you think? What might be the suitable title for this? You can write it down. So you can say that a foolish carpenter or whatever it may be. You can suggest the suitable title. Okay. Now let us see this listening part. All of you open page number 250. I am going to read this story. Just listen it carefully. So unit 1, listening part, attitude is everything. There was a farmer in Africa who was happy and content. There was a farmer in Africa who was happy and content. Content means satisfied. So he was very happy and of course he was satisfied with his life. He was happy because he was content. He was content because he was happy. One day a wise man came to him and told him about the glory of diamonds and the power that goes along with them. So one day who came to him? A wise man. Wise man means a clever person. He came and what he told about the glory of diamonds. Glory of diamonds means about diamonds, how much they shines and what is the importance, what is the value of the diamonds, all he told. Okay, the wise man said, if you had a diamond the size of your thumb, you could have your own city. Suppose, for example, if you are having a diamond of size of your thumb, then you can't buy this city. You can have your own city. That much cost the diamond is. And if you had a diamond the size of your fist, if you are having a diamond of this much size, your fist, then probably you can have your own city. And then he went away. That night the farmer couldn't sleep. So by listening all these things, the farmer couldn't sleep. Till then he was very happy. But when he heard about diamonds and all, he was not happy and of course he couldn't get sleep. Second paragraph. He was unhappy and he was discontent. Obviously now he is not satisfied with his life and he is unhappy. He was unhappy because he was discontent and discontented because he was unhappy. The next morning he made arrangements to sell off his farm, took care of his family and went in search of diamonds. So the next morning what he did? He prepared and he made arrangements to sell off all of his farms and all. And what he did? He went in search of diamonds. He looked all over Africa and couldn't find any. He looked all through Europe and couldn't find any. When he got to Spain, he was emotionally, physically and financially broke. So he was roaming all over the world. He was searching different continents. First he went to Africa, then he went to Europe, and finally when he reached Spain, emotionally, physically and financially he became very weak. He got so disheartened means unhappy, that he threw himself into the Barcelona river and committed suicide. So he felt very tired and of course he found that there was no option at all. So what he did, he committed suicide. He took off his life. Later what happened? See, back home, the person who had bought his farm was watering the camels at a stream that ran through the farm. So one day, again one more person who bought the farm from the farmer, he was watering the field. Across the stream, the rays of morning sun hit his stone and made it sparkle like a rainbow. So when he was watering the place, the farm, when all of a sudden what happened, he observed that sun rays, they were falling upon stones and the stones were shining very brightly. Okay, and the colors were looking like a rainbow. He thought it would look good in the mantelpiece. Mantelpiece means it's like a table, children. Okay, generally on a fireplace. Okay, they'll have a table in northern countries. Okay, that's mantelpiece. He picked up the stone and put it in the living room. That afternoon, the wise man came and saw the stone sparkling. Again, who came there? The wise man. And after seeing that, what did he say? Is Hafiz back? That means, who is Hafiz? The farmer, about whom we are discussing. The farmer. Is Hafiz back? Then the new person said no. Okay, and then this wise man, what he said, then went and picked some samples and sent them for analysis. Actually, the wise man said that stone is a diamond. So, what did he? They sent the samples for analysis. Analysis means study. And sure enough, the stones were diamonds. They found the farm was indeed covered with acres and acres of diamonds. See, his farm, the total farm is full of acres of diamonds. But actually, what the farmer did, he sold off his land and went in search of diamonds. But finally, what happened? In his own farm itself, he found lots of diamonds. So that was the story is all about, children. Now open the page number 21. There are some sentences actually in jumbled order. Read all those sentences and arrange them in a proper order. Is it clear, children? Yes. So that's all for today. In tomorrow's session, I am going to start C reading. That is, I will do it. Now just take homework from your workbook. Open workbooks. Yes. Page number 63. The first 6 paragraphs, fill in the blanks. Write down in workbook itself. Thank you.